you want to test, that's fine. But actually, in my classes, I want to teach. So we need to make a very clear distinction between a testing task, which is a checking task, which checks whether the kids have understood something,
yes.
All right? Yes. Or a teaching task, which will take their knowledge and skills and understanding further. All right? So if I want them to show that they've understood something, right, yes. I'm much more likely to do this, because this will allow me, because teaching, as I said yesterday, is about diagnosing, it's about seeing weaknesses. Yes. If I ask them to answer the comprehension questions and they copy it, or they can't do it, I haven't diagnosed anything. But if they start writing some questions, then I can see exactly where the problems are, and I can support them.
I understand, but I have a very big problem with wrong way to make the sentence. My people,
yes, that's the language teacher's job. It's not your job.
I understand, but I have no my teacher, own English teacher.
Right, right.
What I have to do?
Well, to speak. Yeah, I think you need to focus much more on the content than on the
a little bit about the language.
Yeah, yeah. The content is the big picture.
But for example, for me, very often I can't decide which one is tested and which one is the task.
Right.
For me, it's very difficult to decide which.
Well, yeah, but
because I'm not a language teacher. I'm not a language teacher, and I can't recognize that it is a language task.
Mm.
For
it's
me,
not about a language task. It's about any task.
Any task.
Yeah, any task.
But for me, very often I can't decide which one is teaching and which one is testing.
But testing, by definition, allows me to diagnose any issues that my kids still have with language or content, and to provide scaffolding, or what we call scaffolding, support,
yes.
to help those kids move on. All right? Testing is just checking whether they know something that I've already taught them.
Okay.
All right?
Maybe I can show you my handout, and you can take. This is the task. This is the teaching task. For me, this is possible. Important for me.
Yeah, you're going to show me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe we can compare teach and test with
4 different types of cognition. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. If you've got it handy, it might be useful. So here, we're just looking at a few types of cognition and the language associated with them. So, for our subject, or subjects, these will be the main cognition tasks, okay? Comparing things, putting things in chronological order, obviously, cause and effect, classifying, evaluating, generalizing, and describing. Those will be mostly the bulk of what our kids are doing within our subject area. Is that clear? And so, in order to do those types of cognitive tasks, you can see the structures, the language structures in those sentences they will need to be able to do those things. Are we all right with that? Okay. So, let's start by looking at some tasks and seeing if we can see which ones are cognitive. And then we're going to look at some criteria of cognitive tasks afterwards. Okay. So, here we are.
Too much trouble here.
What, from Holland?
If you only have paper.
Never mind. No. Yeah, you can just, yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. So if you brought your own, that's great. Sometimes people bring stuff on a laptop, you know, their textbooks or something, you know. But it's not the end of the world. If you haven't got your own, just choose one out there. You know, that's fine. After coffee, I'll just give you. Yeah.